Hey guys, it's Rushy. How's it going? I'm back with the How to Punish series. I'm very behind schedule. I've had a few things sort of going on, so I apologise for that. But I think it's still possible to get it done before the drop of Arcade Edition. I don't know if it'll be worth it for people, because I suppose with Arcade Edition will come changes to characters. But I just want to get it finished because I started it and we've done so many now. It makes sense to complete the series, whether it's going to be useful or not. So. Again, apologies for the delay, but I'll try and get majority of them done this week. It's going to be a bit of a push, but I'll try my best. So anyway, we're back with Birdie. We've got some stuff recorded already, so you know the drill now. Normals first. So his heavy punch, it's -6 on block, but I believe this move is very hard to punish. So there's two punishes I'm going to look at straight away: CA and EX Tatsu. So from sort of max range. Well, that didn't look like a reversal to me. Let's try again. So I think at close range you can get the X Tattoo. But yeah, see, from anywhere further out, say max range, it's not going to work. And I think for CA it's the same story. You don't get the CA at max range. It's about there. Okay, I'm pretty sure the most distance possible, max distance, it doesn't work. Okay, it does. So you can punish crouching heavy punch with CA, seems to work. But normals, unless you're blocking it close. You're not going to get much. 6 frame punish, you can get crouching medium punch, so you can get, that should work. But yeah, it's -6, so just remember that, guys. You can punish that depending on range. CAs you go to. What did I record here? Hang on a second. Sorry guys, my mistake. That's actually crouching heavy punch, that's -9. Sorry, my bad. So that's -9. So you can get line breaker as well with that. Yeah, max range the second kick will whiff, but you could do stuff like, you got V trigger. You could activate off the medium kick, one hit. Sorry, that's crouching heavy punch, that's -9. So sorry about that. I think this is stand heavy punch. That's right, yeah. So this is -6 stand heavy punch. So this is the one that's hard to punish. Sure it is. So you can see there, look at the range already from me and Birdie. I wasn't even max range and I couldn't get EX Tattoo and V trigger. So what about CA? Let's have a look. Yeah, like I thought. So it's very difficult to punish this. So you've got to be at closer range punish, as you can see. Even EX Tattoo at closer range has a problem punishing. Normals, you gotta be point blank. Yeah, well, there you go. Doesn't even work point blank. Back medium punch. Like stand light kick. Stand light kick works, that's fine. Crouching medium punch should work as well. Yeah. But that's a very hard one to punish. So only punish if you're close range. And be careful, or closer range, depending on what you've got. CA, you'll get a bit more range out of it, but not max. EX Tattoo, I wouldn't even go for it just because of the risk of it missing. EX Tattoo close will work, right there. Just point blank, but out of range, well, max range, it's not going to work, so be careful with that, guys. What's next? So his sweep can be punished with EX Tattoo. Doesn't have to be V trigger, it can be non-V trigger as well. That should work at every range. CA does not work at max range. Be careful with CA. Should whiff. Max range it won't connect. There you go. So yeah, it seems to work if they're not at max distance, but at max distance, don't risk it. It's not worth it. EX Tatsu should work every time. His forward heavy punch, shoulder tackle. So just to show you, this is actually, it actually has armor, this move. There you go, see that then? It's got one hit of armor. So if they wake up with this and you go for a slow meaty, say if you go for crouching medium punch, you will lose every time. If you go for jab jab though, you should get the second jab. Okay, so it seems to be very risky, but like if you were to do that on his wake up, he will lose to that because the one hit will get absorbed, the second hit will hit. So be careful with that when he does the forward heavy punch. The forward heavy punch on block is -8, so you get line breaker. If you time it right, every time. But I prefer to go for chin buster. It just ensures you get the punish. You saw it a few times there, he blocked it. 209 versus... Well, sorry, yeah. They tattooed it now. That's a whiff, isn't it? Yeah. So maybe it's better to go for chin buster anyway, because you get heavy tattooed. But chin buster, I like to go for that. And I think his slide is next. So like all slides from max range, it can be made fairly safe. But it's -8. Point blank, it's -8. But with a lot of pushback. I didn't realise that. It's no wonder you can't punish it. So what about max or further distance? Oh, I didn't realise, okay. So when he's at... Yeah, you get the whiff then, you see. You could just stand medium kick, yeah, it's not the best, I know, but... That might be a good punish, stand medium punch into Tatsu. But you see there? They space it nicely, you can't punish it. CA should get him. Yeah, so CA should work. It's Tatsu? No. So V trigger Tatsu will work in max range. That should work for max distance. Let's try and get max. Yeah, but the non-V trigger version will not work. So be careful with that. I would probably punish it with stand medium punch. But even then, what about max distance medium punch? No, it whiffs. So it's with that move, you've got to judge the distance. If it's max distance, so when we talk about max distance, you see there. Look at the range. That sort of range, you probably don't want to do anything unless you've got CA or you're in V trigger with Tatsu, EX Tatsu, sorry. If it hits any closer, don't do back medium punch. A line breaker, but I would probably go for that. That seems pretty solid to me. You could even do... Oops. Man. Cancel the medium punch into CA. You can do... Oops. Should be able to get AX Fireball into V trigger. Yeah, that works as well. Sorry, my execution's really bad at the moment. It's because my second pad's on the way out, which really sucks. But yeah, so that's his slide. Had to do the slide. So let's record some more now then. Alright, so we've got a few more normals, and then we've got his V skill. So I've not actually tested his V skill, so we'll try and figure out what to do against that. So his overhead, this is a -6 overhead, but it has very good range. So you can't get a 4 frame there. Can't go for something like a DP. CA should work. It's -6 on block, so should get CA. Really want your CA to be a perfect reversal. That will work. In V trigger, you should get EX Tattoo, I think, as well. Let's have a look. That should work every time. Let's try and crouch a medium punch. I think I have to be a bit closer for that. So you can get that. But if you're close range like that and he gets blocked on the overhead, just go for back medium punch. See if you can confirm off back medium punch. If you guys aren't too good at confirming off back medium punch, then you've got the option to do the X fireball. Make it safe. So hard to test overheads. You can do that. That'll make it safe, so you haven't got to confirm anything. What do we have next? Let's have a look. So this is down heavy punch, but heavy punch, heavy punch. So it should connect twice. Okay, it doesn't. That's weird. So on block it's -12. I'm not sure if that counts as the same thing. So we did down heavy punch before, didn't we? Which was, yeah, -9. So then heavy punch, heavy punch. If you block the first part, then you can't block the second part. The second part's -12, but you can't really. Somehow you gotta get the first bit to. I don't understand that actually. How could you get the first bit to hit and the second bit to be blocked? The first bit hits if you watch. Can't block the second part. Alright, we'll ignore that one, so don't worry about that. Just treat it as crouching heavy punch, the -9, which is the first one we looked at, which I got mixed up at the beginning of the video. So that's that one. So his V skill. So any of these things should be punishable at close range. So I don't think Birdies really do these things at close range, but you know, like Fang's Cloud and Gull's V skill, if they ever do anything like that close range, just DP, raw DP. You have to if you want to. You could do CA, but obviously the CA input takes more time. But anything like, well, the donut anyway, you can do that. But these are far-fetched situations, so it's unlikely that they'll do that close range, and it's unlikely you'll react in time to do it. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. As soon as you see him put anything in his mouth, you do have quite a bit of time. If I leave it to the last second, well, the last millisecond, even before it touches the ground, you've got time to do something. See how late I can leave it? Okay, there you go. I think the can will be more tricky because he throws it at you, doesn't he? Oh, he does drink it first. So fair enough. So yeah, I'm not saying do that, but it is an option. I seem to be able to do it with Fang and Guile, and there's some. I'm sure there's Laura's fireball. If she throws her fireball out in front of you, you can just about react to it. Well, you can react to it. It's very hard to do so. So I imagine his V skill's a similar situation. So potentially consider that. His V reversal is a knockdown, I think, isn't it? Yeah, and on block it's -2. We won't worry about that. So yeah, -2 is your turn to press a button. But most often Birdies, when they do V reversal, they could do something crazy like forward heavy punch for armor, or they could do like EX. Is it the EX lunge? The EX lunge, I'm sure, has armor as well. But we'll take a look at those now. So light punch lunge, medium punch lunge, they're -10. Heavy punch lunge is -5, and EX is -5 as well. So let's record these while we're here. Let's cancel that. So his lunge is okay. So we'll do a combination of them. We'll do heavy as well. So he says different things. That's a really important factor. And obviously you'll know the EX from the flash. So we'll start with the EX first. The EX is an interesting one. It's -5. But he spaced very nicely after that. Even a 7-frame stand medium punch whiffs. You can see out. That should work every time. That's a 5 frame, but it has to be frame perfect. You can't heavy punch DP, but you can EX DP that. Get the time right. As long as it's in a reversal, that works every time. Doesn't matter on spacing, that will work every time. So that's a legit punish. Just checking in V trigger. Let's see if you can heavy punch DP in V trigger. Okay, it doesn't work. Has to be EX DP. I don't know why it works, but it works. Imagine his hitbox is wider or something. So heavy punch DP, EX DP works against the EX lunge. Let's try heavy punch lunge to happen there. So you get heavy punch now. You'll get EX. Can we get back medium punch? A block still on that, man. It looks like we can get back medium punch. Okay, yeah, so he's blocking, that's fine. So to keep it simple, you could just do EX tattoo. EX DP, because that's the same punch as the EX headbutt. You can hear what he's saying as well to distinguish it. Can't you hear what he's saying? What's he saying? Can't hear him. I'll send you to hell, I think he's saying. So you know if he says that, or whatever he's saying. You can heavy punch DP. I don't know if you can space that nicely, can he? Try and get him to space it. The distance. Ah, yeah, you can. You can space that. Still gets hit though. Four frame whiff there. Man, the blocks are crazy. Interesting. The reason why he's getting hit is because his hurt box is still extended in recovery. That's why the 4 frame's landing. But I don't know if I'd risk that in a match. Stand light kick into EX tattoo I'll do. Stand light kick into X5 I'll do. But not stand light kick DP, just in case it missed. I don't know if I'd do that either, you know. Because that's exactly why I wouldn't do that. That may work. Man. So EXDP seems to be the most solid. If they're at closer range, you can get a 4 frame and a 5 frame, but just check the spacing if you're going to punish that. That's a very difficult one to punish, I'd say. And we did light punch lunge, let's just test light punch as well. This is -10. The CA and tattoo, the X tattoo will be your main ones there. Moves spacing very nicely. With long range, it's pretty quick. That's such a move, really. I'm gonna do medium kick. Close range, line breaker will be best shot. But range, see whiff there. So the range, EX tattoo, I'd say. Let's try from greater distance. Yeah, EX tattoo has to be the best one. So you've got to use a lot of meter against Birdie to punish him properly, and you got to remember the situations as well. So that's pretty tough. That is. His headbutt. Oh yeah, this is another interesting move. And EX headbutt. Okay, so what's interesting about his normal headbutt, that one, is his hurt box shifts back a lot. So if you go for a grab when he does that, most often than not, most often times, situations, you grab a whiff because he moves sort of backwards. It's weird. They do it a lot on wake up to avoid attacks, and it seems to work a lot of the times. So if you bait it out, which is what you want to do. It's minus 18, but I go for Chin Buster. You can do Line Breaker. Line Breaker looks pretty good actually. Because he throws himself into you, your heavy Kikatsu shouldn't miss. The Line Breaker looks good there. Against the... So yeah, just to say that again, that's minus 18, so that's really bad on block. The EX one is minus 19, and the punish for this is if you stand heavy punch, you get that every time. That'll work every single time. So you could even do something like that, just freestyling. It's weird on that. Can do that as well. You cancel the 4 frame, and because of the range that between Birdie and Ken, the 4 frame seems to work. I'll show you again. It's very hard to time though, as you can see. Oh, he spaced it there. Cheeky brother. Oh, so we can make it safe then. If I stay where I am. Ah, so it's not guaranteed every time. So it's only if... How many hits is it? It's only if both hits connect. You can get the 4 frame, but just so it's hard to do. There you go. So it does combo, but I just go for 3 frame. That's what I would do, something like that. So that's his EX headbutt. So he has to hold 2 buttons down to do that, the EX headbutt. I'm sure that has armor as well. Look. Frames 1 to 20 have 1 hit of armor. For the normal headbutts. Projectile invincibility, and yeah, significant backward dodge movement on frames 2 to 3. So it's a very important move for Birdie's, the normal headbutt. Very interesting. We won't cover command grabs, we never really bother doing that, but his EX command grab, like all command grabs, has throw invincibility. So if you go for throw loops and he wakes up with an EX command grab, you're going to lose in that situation. Right, let's look at his chain attacks. He's got quite a few of them, hasn't he? And then his dolphin dives. So we'll look at, yeah, I'll stop the recording there, I'll record them and come back to you. Okay guys, so we'll cover his specials. We're pretty much to the end of everything except for his CA and his V-trigger. So let's have a look. So first we've got the chain attack. So the chain attack is 2 on the ground, minus 23. So if you're this kind of range, big tattoo. Yeah, I don't like the DP because that if it doesn't knock them down. So if you got meat, if you haven't got meter, you can get tattoo. More. He's blocking that. Let's try that again. Actually, That's a light chain, isn't it? Oops, it's not what I wanted. Oh yeah, sorry, it's a kick, isn't it? Just make sure it's blocking after that. So I had a habit, a very, very bad habit of doing heavy kick tatsu to chase this down if it missed. It's not to show you. It's not a good idea because it can be blocked and it doesn't always combo consistently. You should have blocked that, shouldn't he? Oh, okay, yeah, so he is in recovery. If you can be quick and you see the chain miss, that's the thing. You're too close. You're not going to get that from reaction, I don't think. You can, it's possible, but you'll spend so much mental energy fishing for that, it's not worth it. So, what I would suggest to do is... That's weird, isn't it? Got 3 hits, but I couldn't DP. That's what I normally do. I just have to punish it. You don't get much damage, but it's better than nothing. Or CA as well. Let's try and get the 3 hits again. Okay, that's gonna work. For whatever reason, that's a weird juggle. I've never seen that before. But yeah, Tatsu, he got the bar, EX Tatsu. Oh, actually, yeah, you could do it. You could go for a normal. There's plenty of stuff you can do there as well. It's only if you're in range, but realistic range being there, that's not going to work. Tatsu always seems to work. Don't know why. See there, you can't block him from it. Even though it looks like he's crouching to me. No, he's not blocking, is he? Oh, I hate when this. I hate the training mode. It just never does what I want it to do. So if I throw it there. Alright, I haven't pressed forward at all there. Only when I throw out the chain. Try that again. I can see the inputs there. He's pressing forwards. Oh, I know why. I know why. Let's try it again. Man, we spent forever on this. Alright, let's try that again. So yeah, you can see there you can't punish it. It's only if you're more within his chain, not the ball at the end. Yeah, it always works then. I've always had success with it. Yeah, if you're any closer, that's not going to work. So you can use the X Tatsu to cancel. I don't like that too much. You got to be very close for that to work. Tricky one. Tricky one. That's probably what I'll do. I'll do raw Tatsu from out of range, out of close proximity to get a normal. But if I can get a normal, it would be stand medium punch into Tatsu, stand medium punch, well, light, medium or EX, not heavy kick Tatsu. That's what I go for. If you're in V-trigger, then go for the heavy kick Tatsu. But outside of V-trigger, it's not too good. Spent a lifetime on that. I think this is the same pretty much. Same kind of thing. So that's medium chain. the upwards one. With that, then you've got a free punish. You go for the hard read. Oops. Yeah, it's pretty much free there to any attack. And I think this is everyone's favourite move in the game now. So what to do against this? You can crouch and heavy punch. You can DP. It's very hard to do so. You can actually light jab. For a chin buster combo. But the best thing to do, guys, just do that. If you can react with just a neutral jump, it's a one button input to avoid it. If you miss it, you can get fed with damage. If you've got V trigger, max damage finished there. It's a very, very hard move to avoid that. It's really tough. Spending mental energy to crouch and heavy punch or DP it is not the best way to go, especially if he does the EX version, which is even worse. Call that now. That move is, I would say, it's unreactable. In the middle of a match, you're not reacting to that if you're on tilt. No chance. So again, same scenario. You see there, you can't even. You've barely got time to react to the jump with the neutral jump. You can capitalise if you just catch it in time. So all his dolphin dives, just neutral jump. I think that's the best way to deal with it. You can get more damage, you can get crush counter combos and all sorts, but it's not worth it. Just do the easiest thing, which is neutral jump against that. His last thing, his super. Call that. Alright, that's fine. So this is not a command grab, so you can block this. Minus. Where's the? Oh, the wrong page. It's minus 30 on block. You won't get a. You can't get a jump. I don't think. Bloxham's crazy. I'll go stand heavy punch. Just give you some ideas. This is crazy. This Bloxham's mad. Can't even heavy punch into fire. Damn. Like I said, my execution is so bad at the moment, but yeah, you get the idea, guys. So you can punish out stand heavy punch. I don't think crouching heavy punch works. I should walk forward a bit. Yeah, you can actually. Yeah, it makes sense actually, because you got time after on block. You can't walk into them. You can go for the crouching heavy punch. That makes more sense actually, because you haven't got to wait to come out of block zone for reversal timing. Makes it a lot easier. So yeah, I won't go for all the punishes, but you can walk forward, crouch and heavy punch and do stuff. If you had, CA, no V trigger. Can't do this combo, it's all save my life, I don't know why. I'm trying to do crouch and heavy punch DP, CA. Can't do it, I don't know what it is. Anyway, yeah, you know, I'm not. Like I said, the pad's bust, it doesn't work, so it's not waste any more time. So yeah, he's minus 30, you can walk forwards for a punish. I'll probably go for stand heavy punch, just because, as you can see, my execution's terrible at the moment. But yeah, you can crouch and heavy punch for 90 damage over the 80, cancel the fireball into V trigger for a max damage punish. Various things you can choose there. What I wanted to do as well is I wanted to show. Let me just check. Does this frame that data change in V-trigger? That's one important thing. So his shoulder. Well, it's mainly his lunges, isn't it? -10, -10, -5, -5. So his lunges are the same. His headbutt's the same. His chain, so nothing changes in V-trigger, which is good. In terms of, I imagine there's more damage in V-trigger. So what's interesting about Birdie is he, when he activates off certain moves, so let's record this now, he's still punishable, I think, in a lot of situations. I think that's quite an important thing to do when we're testing Birdie. So let me quickly do that, and then I'm going to go. So let's do this first. Right, let's test that. Let's test. Test that. And I think the main one to test will be okay. So you can. I want to see if you can cancel it on the first hit and the second hit. Let's have a look. We know we can cancel on the first hit then. Alright, we can do both. That's that one. Let's do the first hit now. And let's throw in. Throw in the medium one as well. So I don't actually know the frame data here. So let's have a look. So we'll start off with. Damn. Crouch your mini punch. So he's not even -6 there. Let me just check this. Go back. I don't know how possible this is, but this is pretty important information anyway. So it was headbutt. Okay, sorry, that's -2 on block. So if you see that on block, he's -2. He's -2 there, so you can steal your turn back, but expect an armored move after that, which will actually steal his turn back. So be wary of that one. The EX headbutt, which is this one. So that is -5 on block, so you should be able to punish that. Let's have a look. It said -5. That's what they told me. Could be that my timing's off, but let's have a look. Man. I can't get the reversal timing. It's a weird one though. I mashed there, but I got the 4th frame. Try one more time, so we can get a light kick into EX Fireball. Okay, so it's -5, where it's pretty tricky to punish because of the blocks done after the activation. But we know now that EX Headbutt, when he holds 2 buttons and lets go, to V-trigger is -5. that's very important. Let's look at the headbutt. Oh, the headbutts. So the lunges. So his medium punch lunge, which we tried, is +3. His light punch lunge we didn't try. That's +2. His EX lunge into V trigger. That's a weird one. It says that on block it's 13 × 6. Is that because it hits 6 times? So it sounds like it's plus, so that's the main thing. So let's have a look. We'll try both. The one hit. Oh, it's too far out. Can't get a timing on this at all. So yeah, I don't think we can punish that at all. Push back as well. A perfect reversal. No, doesn't look punishable. What was the last one I recorded? Let's have a look. Oh, that was medium, wasn't it? So yeah, we don't need to worry about that. Let me just check his normals as well. So, stand heavy punch into V trigger is -5. What's his slide? His slide into oh, you can't cancel his slide. Okay. Can't cancel the shoulder tackle. That's good. We'll try that one last one and then call it a night. Take him out of V trigger. Apparently that's -5. I don't know if that's punishable, but we shall find out now. Okay, so you can. So what about if he spaces it? What happens then? So that was pretty good actually. Oh, okay, he can space it. But if you have CA, you can punish that because CA is a 5-frame startup move. So you could CA that, and I reckon that'll work at all ranges as well. Because he jolts forwards, he puts you point blank in front, ready for a CA. So you can do that as well. So close range, if I do that at close range, don't think that's plus. Punish it. I think that's it, guys. I think, you know, like all videos, we can cover the character in a lot more detail, but I think we've gone over the majority. Well, of the main points. So hope that's helped with the birdie match. Hope that's given you a few more tips. Definitely helped me because there's a lot of bits and bobs I didn't know there. So yeah, any more advice, guys? As I always say, just chuck it in the comment section to help any of the players. And yeah, if it's good feedback or bad feedback, just give me a shout. Let me know. That's been worthwhile. I will continue recording these now, so we'll catch up soon. Cheers, guys. Catch you later.